This is the 8th Canon G7X Mark III I have acquired to myself. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be wondering how the hell I've been able to acquire it. How much should I sell it for? This specific one I got off B&H. It's my first time ever ordering off B&H, but the other 7 I actually got off an app called HotStock. Are you guys ready? I love the way that they bubble wrapped it because in my Target shipments, they never bubble wrapped it. I swear to God, it was a box within another box, and if they just dumped it or just threw it on the floor, it would have landed. I mean, some of the boxes would have like paper in it, but I feel like the paper was to help it not shift around. But in terms of like 360 surrounding, this is the most nicest sent package I've ever had, seriously. Let's go ahead and dive deep into this, shall we? Initially, I had gotten to this, I would say in about February or March. I've always had a G7X Mark II. I've had one since 2018 when my brother first put me on game with those cameras. And I remembered very quickly, I would say within 2 years during COVID was when my friend was telling me how the camera that I have is ultra rare and it's really hard to acquire and whatnot. So I'll never forget when I first actually wanted the Mark II. It was on sale for I think $650 was the retail price. And I went to my local Fry's at Fountain Valley. This is before Fry's had shut down. They price matched their items, and I remembered getting every third-party website, like all those scammy websites, and just trying to lower the price as much as I could because I really wanted the camera. During that time, I was just starting acting, and I really, I knew deep in my heart I always wanted to do YouTube. I just didn't have the confidence, right? I remembered eventually the person that was helping me was getting so annoyed that he ended up just taking the tax off, which was like good for me. Let's see how much that costs. Yeah, I remember saving like $50 or $60 on the camera. Till this day, I still have that camera, and I actually use that Mark II to do all my current vlogs. Right now, I'm actually being filmed on my Mark III. Back to the main story, February or March-ish, I remembered I wanted to acquire a Mark III because for so many years, I've been trying to figure out how to fix the audio on the Mark II. I'll go through a whole separate video on that, but it was such a hassle, and eventually I pulled the trigger and I was like, you know what? I just need to upgrade to the Mark III because it has the audio jack and, you know, it's just so much better, right? Well, the issue was it wasn't just the Mark II, it was also the Mark III that was incredibly sold out. Now, this camera is highly sought out for what reason? Honestly, it's those sexy beach pictures, all those influencers that took those amazing pictures. It is true, this camera does take amazing photos. When I first saw myself in this camera, how much it boosts my confidence. Like even right now, I literally just woke up from a nap. I have no makeup on. I've been packing all day. I think that looking in this camera right now, I look way better. I just look so polished and filtered. My skin looks bright, you know? Like most of my sit down videos like this will be filmed on my Mark III with nicer audio. Before I was filming on my Mark II for vlogs, but that is exactly why I just acquired my 8th one. Back to the main story. So I usually script videos, but I felt like this time I want to be more authentic and just talk, okay? Around February or March when I decided that I wanted to get this Mark III camera and it was highly sought out and sold out, I was just like, dude, what am I gonna do? I went through Reddit and someone was talking about an app called HotStock. HotStock is, I believe, maybe an AI-powered app that pretty much just notifies you the second a website drops. I had it on for Target, Best Buy, Canon. Dude, every single time the Canon alert would alert me, I would get it into my cart, but it was just incredibly difficult to check out. The first 7 cameras I actually acquired over, I would say, a month to a month and a half span, and it was so easy. Like the second my phone had a notification, I instantly checked out at Target, and it was so easy for me. Like the only time I would ever not be able to get a camera is if I missed the notification. I remember at some point there was kind of a dry spell. I wasn't getting notifications anymore. By the time I would say after my 7th camera, sometime around like May-ish or June, these cameras were really hard to get. Now I would say towards May or June was when I decided like I'm gonna full force this vlogging because I really do want to become a YouTuber. I started using my Mark II and I just realized how it's just so crappy for the autofocus. Like the video quality, it takes forever to autofocus. Like I've come to realize now, the Mark II is truly incredible for photos. The Mark III is great for vlogging, and personally for me, I'm just a vlogger. I think what I would like to do is grab my Mark II and allow my boyfriend to handle that camera. He can just take pictures of me and whatnot. Or I didn't really allow anyone to touch my cameras up until very recently. I found out that if you do have a broken Canon, you can bring it to Canon and they will fix it. And if they're not able to fix it, they'll actually just replace it and send you another one for $500, which I think is amazing considering the markup on these cameras right now. I have ADHD and it's really hard for me to talk and unbox at the same time. So let me continue with this. In the box, you will get the warranty, some of the manual booklets. I've actually never looked through that. I usually just download the Canon Camera Connect app. If you're ever purchasing this camera in person, I always recommend downloading that Canon Camera Connect app and connecting the camera to the app. If it does connect to the app, then you know it's an authentic camera. These cameras never come with a memory card, so you have to purchase a memory card. Usually, if I know I'm gonna purchase something high value like this, the first thing I'll always get is a screen protector, a case, and then for this, also a memory card, just so that you're prepared. So we got the camera charger. This will be my third camera charger now because I have two of these cameras. We got the battery. I always recommend people to purchase a second battery because it just sucks when your battery dies and you're not done filming your day. This is the wrist strap. Super important. Literally, I tell every single person I've ever sold this camera to hold on to this. And lastly, the beautiful camera. I'm like, please don't drop this. Again, I am shooting right now on a Canon G7X Mark III. So the quality of this video reflects the quality of this. Now the audio, completely different. The audio is the exact reason why I actually got this. I wanted another vlogging camera. The Mark II was just starting to bug me. I actually ended up purchasing a higher end microphone. The microphone I'm using is called the Rode Video Mic Pro. And I think I purchased it almost between $200 and $300. Let's go ahead and pop this battery in. See, do you see how fast this autofocus is? Dude, if I was on my Mark II right now, I would be having to click the screen, and it would take like 10-15 seconds to just autofocus. So the Mark II and the Mark III is pretty much almost exactly the same. The only big noticeable difference I have seen is that this right here, it has like a thicker grip. On the very bottom, you put in the battery. The number one thing that I love about this is it's camera flipping so that you can see yourself. Yes, this is my setup. I just have a ring and my camera in front, and then that's my extremely large microphone. This camera is honestly beautiful. Even me, I'm just admiring right now. I'm really excited because I wanted to have this camera before I went on my cruise. Funny enough, when I had initially bought this camera right here, I had bought a case for it, but because I wanted to add this microphone, I ended up having to U-rig it and do all these things to it, and so all this time, I actually had an extra case just sitting here. Little did I know, I was gonna end up upgrading. So I'm really, really happy that I have this. This camera, when I had initially bought it back in February and March, it was on sale for, it was going for, I believe, $7.99, and then with tax and everything, ended up being about $8.70. The selling point around that time for the Mark III was about $1,200 to $1,300. I was selling mine for about $1,150. I think I was honestly the worst scalper out there. Like, even though it took a lot of effort for me to acquire the cameras and, you know, make sure I was home to sign for it because I was scared of people stealing the package, every person that I met up with was truly special to me, honestly, because every person that I had met, I feel like it was a reason that I met them. Majority of them was actually, it was for a gift for another person, and they just didn't have the money like that. One of them was like a broke college student, and her friend took her out on an amazing weekend trip, and so she wanted to give her something of similar value. I think I ended up giving it to her for only like $1,100. There was another girl, she wanted this camera for her sister. I ended up booking a hair service with her, and she curled my hair for a wedding, and so that was kind of my way of giving back to her as well. But I never sold this camera for more than $1,150. Even though I knew that I could have sold it for more, I just kind of felt bad to, and I just made sure that every person I sold it to was someone that was like well deserving of it, and so I was really happy about that. Ever since, it's been really, really hard to acquire it. So what's crazy is that when I did decide that I wanted this camera, it was literally impossible for me to get it. Like, I was on it with the HotStock, I was paying $5 a month for it, I'm not getting anything. One day, I just happened to just do a deep dive again, and I found out that B&H allows one person to order, limit one per person, so you can call in, let them know you want to pre-order it. If you have a significant other, allow them to pre-order it too. There was a second website called Kenmore, and they're doing a $100 deposit, and so all I have done so far is made a deposit, but we haven't finished the process, so I haven't received the camera yet from Kenmore, so that one's a maybe for now. But B&H, 100% for sure, I received my product. They shipped it out really quickly. I think think I made the order last Sunday. It was attempted to deliver Friday, but because I wasn't out there to sign it, I just had FedEx hold it for me. That was about within a week. I've had some people maybe wait about 2 or 3 weeks, and then I just had my boyfriend order one so that I can resell it. These cameras right now, I think we paid about $970 for these cameras actually from B&H. I think the price on Target raised up to $850, so like after tax it goes to about $930. Yeah, I think I paid between $930 and $970 for B&H. The price on this has raised a lot ever since it's been hard to acquire. I can see these cameras going between $1,300 to $1,500 right now. For me personally, I don't think I'm gonna go above $1,200 for my boyfriend's camera that comes in. For me to have sold 8 cameras and profit, I pretty much have profited $2,240 selling these cameras, and I pretty much use that money to pour it back into myself. And now I have 3 cameras. I have 2 of the Mark IIIs and 1 of the Mark IIs. I have 1 Mark III at home so that I can always just talk to it, and this is stationed for me at home. I have my boyfriend handling the Mark II to handle my B-rolls and to take pictures of me because that's what that camera's meant for. And then I have my new vlogging camera that I'm seriously so excited and really happy for. The first camera I paid $870, the second camera I paid $650, and that leaves me with $720 left over. Let's just say I paid about $950 for this camera. Out of pocket, I'm about $230, which I'm really happy for, because when I initially wanted this camera, I remember a lot of people looked at me like I was crazy, like it was way too much money. I knew that there was a way for me to buy these cameras, and so I just followed the hustle. I knew these cameras were on high demand. I acquired as many as I could. I resold them, and I pretty much made my money back to purchase it back into me. And now I'm only down $230 and I'm up a lot of happiness. So if you guys are still interested in getting this camera, I definitely recommend going to B&H. If they're still allowing the pre-orders, please do so. If you do decide to buy off someone else as a reseller, personally for me, I just don't trust shipping. If I were to do shipping, there's a group on Facebook called it's like Canon G7X Reseller group or something like that. There's like these 3 girls, I call them the Blinko sisters or the Blinko family, but it's like these 2 sisters and then one of them's the sister's daughter. They purchase a lot of cameras from Arizona and resell them. They've made a really great living off these cameras as well. Other than them, because they're so highly rated on Facebook, I personally, like, I don't know, I'm just really skeptical when I buy stuff online unless it's from like an authorized, retailer. And if you are going to meet someone up, again, please check on the Canon camera app. If they don't have an SD card, come with an SD card, because you cannot connect the camera to the app without an SD card. I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing video. I'm really excited to use this camera, and I hope you guys enjoy my newer quality vlogs. And for those that want a camera, I hope you guys get one. They are slowing down on production on these, and I don't know if they're gonna keep producing more. Get your hands on one while you can. If you guys decide to want to make money off of it, I think right now is a really great time to, if you want to profit $200 or $300. Bye guys.